Hello and welcome back to my little corner of the world I call home.
Good morning, Cherub.
Good morning, Heather. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how I do my own cut, color, and style at home. I have been since quarantine. Let's just give a little twirl for the girlies that are not going to cut their own hair. If you want a screenshot, I know it kind of makes it hard when it's styled like this to really see, but my shortest layer is to my collarbone and then obviously gradiating from there. And my length is, I would say, like a couple inches above my belly button. Let me cut the yappin' and just get to the haircut because this is gonna be a longer video, I think. It took a long time to film it, so. Oh, and don't pick it up and don't blame me. Enjoy. Okay, that time of year again. I just got back from Sally's and I got some supplies. I already have scissors, but I thought I would show them to you. They're from, everything will be linked for you guys. I thought I would do a little haul. So I got some big Velcro rollers, I think total 12. I also got these long clips, also total of 12 because I used to have the little tiny clips and I would have to do 2 and then it would be a little bit more time consuming to clip. This is just like 1 clip and done. This will also help me with sectioning. I got a new detangling brush. This is the wet brush. I also got a little bit of a castor oil treatment, both for my lashes and for my hair. It has peppermint, which in the winter, my scalp gets really dry and flaky, which is gross to admit, but I figured this would be really good to have on hand. My hair dye. This will be all linked, like I said, and I already have developer. This is gonna be a voiceover because I feel like I can probably articulate better after the fact versus in the moment while I'm trying to cut my own hair, so don't mind that.
Starting off by wetting my hair. To be honest, it was too cold for me to actually stick my head under the shower head, and I knew I was going to dye my hair, so I didn't want to wash it. But parting my hair above the ears and clipping it back so that I can work on my length. I pull my hair to the back and I kind of gauge where I want the total length to be, and then I pull it to the front. I use that guide to help even it out, and I will make it a straight cut. But if you want layers starting from the base, what you want to do is pull each side forward and angle your fingers a little bit and cut off that little corner, and that will help your hair give like a nice little U in the back. It'll also help gradiate the layers when you pull all your hair to the front. And you'll see what I mean when I dry it. Also, side note, these are professional scissors that I got from Sally's, but I think my husband used it to like cut something, and they're just not cutting as well as they did when I first got them. So I definitely need a new pair, but anyways. And making sure that each side is even. Then moving on to the next layer, just to make sure that I don't have to cut too much at the same time, because if you pull too thick of a section, you're gonna get choppy sections. So here I'm using that first section as a guide to know how much to cut off and at what angle, and I'm just evening that out. You can go ahead and chop off everything as you see me doing here and then cut into it, which means you're pointing the scissors directly up in the same, like I'm doing right now, in the same direction that your hair grows for a little bit softer of an edge. Or you can just start off cutting by cutting up into the hair. This might take a little longer, but your hair will look a little softer. So just depending on what you're looking to do. And again, repeating that to the other side using your guide to help you know exactly how much to cut and at what angle. And on your less dominant side, you will have to end up flipping your hands in weird angles. It takes some getting used to, but trust the process, you'll be fine. Now working with my shortest layers, first taking like an inch section off to either side of my middle part. And this is where you're going to create your shortest layer. Because I already had short layers, all I'm doing is kind of softening it up by cutting back into the hair. Then dropping half of it and pulling another inch to the side of my guide section, combing the hair straight up, and then using that first section as a guide. Because your scalp is rounded, when you're pulling your hair up, it's already naturally creating a little bit of a layer. So you don't have to cut at an angle like we did with the first section. And you see here, there's a section I missed, so we're just chopping that off, using the first section as a guide, and now I'm cutting into the hair to soften the edges. And you're going to go up until crown of your head, or like I would say the brow, where your brow creates a line all the way around your head. That is where you're going to stop cutting straight up, because this is going to create super short layers. If you continue doing your whole head in this way, you're going to end up with really, really thin, long layers, which you don't want. Again, just following my guide on the other side. Now I'm doing my face framing layers, and I'm pulling my hair forward again, like with this first section where we pulled it forward and cut at an angle. You're going to do the same thing for your face framing layers. And if you want like shorter curtain bangs, you follow the same method, but you cut the layer shorter. Just make sure that you're kind of testing it out around your face to make sure that it's not too short or too long for you. Checking to make sure both sides are even. Now, this is where I tend to lose people on the TikTok where I explain this haircut. But basically, you're going to pull your hair at a 90-degree angle from your neck, and you're going to slide the scissors down the hair wherever you see you don't have a smooth gradient from your shortest layer to your longest layer. Now, you'll see what I mean in a few sections where it's a sharp step off from that first layer to the longest layer. And what that's going to do is create a lot of bulk, and it's going to look a little bit mullety, or it tends to give the look of like extensions with a bob. So you want to cut at a gradient to have a soft transition between your shortest layer to your long layer. So you see here, like there's a lot of that long hair between the short and the long. I'm hoping this is making sense. Guys, I'm not a hairdresser. I'm not technically or professionally trained. I literally just taught myself from watching girls at the hair salon cut, and also from watching YouTube videos. So I'm sorry. And if you don't get this, maybe your best bet is to go to a hair salon. But I'm just continuing this pattern all the way around my head, sectioning from the very top of my head down to the nape of my neck, in almost like a long skinny section, so that I have a little bit of each layer, if that makes sense. And you can also check your layers by grabbing sections that you've previously already cut to make sure that you're cutting the right length and the right angle. Gliding my scissors through that hair to really ease the short layer into the long layer. Sorry if I'm being repetitive. I want to make sure you guys are getting this. And again, my scissors are giving me a little bit of a hard time, and repeating the same thing on the other side. you're also going to want to pull this same method up to a different layer. Oh, you see how that little bit is poking out? That's how you know it's not going to blend. So you want to make sure to make it a smooth angle from your short layer to your long layer. Again, that's a really sharp angle, so you're just smoothing that out. You want to create nice hills with your hair instead of like sharp, jagged steps. And here I am just checking my hair again.
Now it's time to color my hair. I'm wearing a black sweatshirt for obvious reasons, but you want to make sure to use plastic, not metal. And I don't know about glass, but the chemicals are going to heat up. And I'm just praying to God that this is enough developer for my head of hair.
I'm just putting on petroleum jelly to act as a barrier so that my skin doesn't get stained from the color dye. Now, do as I say, not as I do, because I only had one bottle of developer, so I wanted to start where I actually care about the color, which is my ends. I feel like that's where it gets washed off the fastest, and I actually don't have any grays, so I wasn't too concerned about getting my hairline or my roots really coated. But normally I would proceed as you see here, where I section off my hair, start with the roots, and then move the color down the shaft of my head.
Alrighty, feeling nice, fresh and clean, exfoliated. I'm gonna do my little glow up routine after this, but you guys saw that a couple videos ago, so I'm not gonna include it. But the hair is looking dork, nice and trimmed. I'm just gonna brush it out and just double check it again now that my hair is really wet, because I don't know if you noticed there towards the end I was kind of cutting on dry hair, and I do have a little bit of wavy hair, so that could impact the haircut. So I'm just gonna do one last pass through just to be really safe. All right, now I'm gonna blow out my hair with my Shark Smooth Styler, but because I only have 2 plugs here, I had to unplug my little light, so sorry about that, but I'm gonna use my smooth styler and some rollers to see if it gives it like a little curl. The smooth styler is pretty much just a straight blowout brush.
For the blowout, I like to start out with the crown area if I'm using rollers. That way it kind of just makes life easier. And you just want to pull your brush through the hair, making sure you get the root really well. I focus on the root before I work on the ends. I know it's really satisfying to see the curl first, but that's how your ends get damaged, because they're actually the most brittle. And if you apply the most heat on the ends, they're just going to get even more damaged over time. Then I just wrap the roller in and put in the little clip and move on to the next section. So I do this little mohawk section first, and then I move on to the sides of my hair and basically just place the rollers where I can. In this clip, I am not editing it so that you can see exactly how much time I spend blow drying the hair. It's pretty fast compared to a standard blow dryer and a round brush, but I do like to take my time, especially at the root. And then I just take down the rollers out after getting ready, usually doing my makeup or getting dressed, which is about maybe 30 minutes to an hour depending on the day.
Oh my god, it looks so good. Wait, obviously this one looks a little crazy, but oh my god, I'm obsessed. No, because I just cut my hair and dyed it. Oh, it looks so good. Wow, that's a game changer. Oh my god, you guys, I look like a rich mom. Oh my god, obsessed. Oh my god. Okay, the shark and the rollers is a game changer. This, because the shark usually I just do for like a straight blowout, but I've kind of been missing my like curly blowout. Oh, okay, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. You need to do this routine. You need to try this routine. Okay, stay tuned for my YouTube video tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. I hope it was easy for you guys to follow along, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. But yeah, before you head out, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below letting me know what other videos you want to see from me next. And while you're here, check out my Instagram, my TikTok, my everything else. But I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.